Hello and welcome. My name is TyrionLanstr. Alright folks, today we're going to take a venture to the Dragon Isle because I have finally unlocked the 4th tier of the Dragon Blessings. As you can see, I actually have already gotten a little bit past, I've done a few of them now. I kind of got a big influx of Dragon Blessings recently and I was able to spin it a bunch of times, but I'm going to finally make my video breaking down what is on this 4th wheel and how this kind of affects all of the Dragon Blessings. So just as a quick recap, almost done with the first tier, got almost everything maxed, got one left. Obviously have the intermediate tiers that I'm not going to finish probably. It's, maybe a much later on thing. I also didn't get the Agile cooldown, but I'm okay with that. The second one, similarly, have most of them maxed out, not the intermediates. And then I haven't gotten the Moon Shadow skin, and I haven't gotten the increase of total attack. I really wish I got that. I think that's probably the best bonus, just because it is a raw increased total attack by 10% across the board. It's pretty good, and I think that's better than one of the skins, because that only applies to that one dragon, whereas the 10% is for everything. Third one, just really quickly, I have kind of moved on from that one. I may keep working on it a little bit more. I really wanted to finish getting my Darkfire up to max level of 10. Max level 10 more, basically getting them from 60 to 70. Unfortunately, I've only gotten it once, though. I would need it 4 more times. I don't know that I'm going to keep going on this one. I don't have the extra skill slots for either my Moon Shadow or my Sapphire Dragon, and that makes me tempted to keep doing it. I probably will until I get more of the side ones maxed, in all likelihood, just because I really want those skill slots, and I would like to get Darkfire up a little bit higher. But we have now unlocked the 4th one, the Manus Claw, I think is what they call it. But basically, just like all the others, we get bonuses like the Dragon Strength increase, that's another Dragon Strength, the Infantry Health Reduction, we get Dragon Defense, Enemy Total Health Reduction, Enemy Bow Health Reduction, Enemy Spear Health Reduction, Enemy Cav Health Reduction, and then another Dragon Defense. So 2 Dragon Strength, 2 Dragon Defense. Overall, I think that these side buffs are definitely good and fine. It's the same basically as what we've been getting all along. The same amounts, you get a max of 7.5% here. Still have that same max of 7.5% here. So it's not anything too crazy on the sides. It's just a lot more expensive since it costs 300 Dragon Blessings and 2 million gold versus on, say, the first one, which is only 100 Dragon Blessings and 200k gold. Just really quickly, the second one was 150 and 500k, then 200 and 1 million gold, and now again at 300 stones and 2 million gold. So getting pretty expensive, getting pricey to keep doing it. But let's go over the kind of the more unique sides of this. So our bottom intermediate blessing is that Moon Shadow's level can be increased up to 10. So this is your second dragon, the Moon Shadow Dragon, which is likely the one that most people that do not have a maxed out Sapphire Dragon are going to be using. Getting his max level up will increase his power considerably. Definitely really good. I really hope I get some of these soon. The other intermediate blessings are more of the Dragon Protection Chance. This is the same as the one that you got for the scales. You got Dragon Protection Chance and the Dragon Protection Damage Reduction when you get it. The 1 and 3 are the ones that give the critical hit chance and increase the critical damage. So these are on the reduction side. I'm excited to see what the last one is. If I had to guess, it would probably be more of the critical chance and critical damage, but we will see. Okay, so in terms of what is in the middle, we have 500, 1,000, and 1,500 Dragon Blessings. That is up from our last one, which was 400, 800, 1,500. The 1,500 remain the same, but we're getting 100 and 200 more on those two. That is actually interesting because the 1,000 is the max that we get at the first one. It was 200, 500, 1,000. Now it is, the bottom tier is the second tier. Third tier is the second tier, and then there's a new max at 1,500. Okay, our really special skills. We have on-the-spot execution, which I'll explain in a second. We have the Land of Adventure, and we have the new Sapphire skin, Raging Wind. So basically, this kind of wraps up something interesting. We had the two skill slots. We also had the Darkfire skin here. Then we had the Moonshadow skin here. So you got a skin for each of them. We have the extra skill slots right here. So you have an extra skill slot for all of them, an extra skin for all of them, and that is kind of the last skin that you get is that Raging Wind for Sapphire. So on to the on-the-spot execution and the Land of Adventure. So Land of Adventure just means that whenever you use Darkfire, that's your first dragon, you just get a bonus 20% of whatever the resources that you're going for. Definitely very nice. I mean, I'll take an extra 20%, especially if you're already using other gathering skills. This is just going to further enhance that. I would say that it is pretty clearly the worst of these three. Just not many people really need resources that much anymore, and there are the resource skills like the gathering bonus that you can already use. And just to show what I mean about that, if I look at my Darkfire already, I've got the resource gathering and I've got it up to 5, so I get an additional 14% from this already. I get a additional 10.5% from the purple, so I'm already kind of getting that skill just from those two, getting a little bit more than that. So it's not to me a huge buff in terms of what some of the others are, but just to show where it is, if you scroll down, you can see here that the Land of Adventure again gives that 20% bonus. Okay, but our other one, the on-the-spot execution. This one is really interesting. So it is one for your Moonshadow dragon. So if we go to Moonshadow, we can see that on-the-spot execution, right here, means that you can randomly execute a lord for, again, 20 horns, so it is pretty expensive, but you randomly execute them, and you're going to get that Hoff buff immediately. That is a pretty good ability. I honestly, as I haven't unlocked it, I don't know exactly how it works. I would assume there is still the basic, there may be some sort of a cooldown, like a few minutes or so that person could technically poison their lord, but I'm not entirely sure. I do think that it may be something that's instantaneous and just forces them to immediately have to revive their lord if they want him. But I'm a huge fan of this because it means that if you want to get just one Hoff really quickly, you can just get it, execute it, and move on with it. But notice a long cooldown of 168 hours. That is a long time. Just to do some really quick math, if you divide that by 24, you get 7. That means it's a full week. You can only use this once a week if you want to. And again, it does cost a full 20 horns, so it's not cheap. But definitely something that I would really like to get it. Would just make it easy for me to get Hoff whenever I wanted. So that's it for this one. Again, really excited just to get to this point. My current total blessings level is at 1,246. I'll need to get to 1,600 for the final Dragon Claw, the last page of the blessings. And again, like I said, I'm probably not going to be going into this one until I get, either one of these extra skill slots or some more Darkfire Awakening or Darkfire level ups. If I start to max out a few of these, I might move on anyway, just because I hate when you don't get anything from it. Like, that's such a waste, especially if it's 200 and 1,000,000 gold. Just getting the 30 dragon stones back is really, or blessing stones, is really not worth it. So once I have this maxed, and I probably want, if I get 2 or 3 maxed, I'll probably move on. But as you can see, the rest are pretty far from it, so I'll probably be able to spin this wheel for a little while. But then I'll move on to this one. And we'll see what we get. I'm hoping to get at least. I would love to get the on-the-spot execution for sure. I wouldn't mind getting the Sapphire skin. Unfortunately, my Sapphire Dragon's a little bit lower than the others, so it's not that I'm going to be using him all that frequently. Land of Adventure, kind of meh about. Honestly, the two most important for me are the on-the-spot execution and the Moonshadow Dragon levels. So we'll see. Definitely looking forward to it. Excited to find out more stuff. And until next time, folks, my name is TyrionLanstr, and I'll see you then.